Budapest, with its broad boulevards, diverse architecture, cafes, and cultural attractions, is known as Paris on the Danube. It is also the home of Eastern Europe's largest Jewish population, about 100,000 people. Much of Jewish life is focused in the city's 7th district, with several synagogues, schools, and a Jewish community center.
It's really amazing. There is this sense of Jewish revival taking place in Budapest today, and you really feel it just by walking down these streets.
Jewish life in Budapest can be traditional and modern. Much of it is outside the mainstream, appealing to Hungarians who have been living cut off from Jewish life for decades.
There are some people who feel much comfortable being Jewish outside the Jewish facilities, outside the synagogue, where they feel that they're religious.
We had an aim to reconnect to Judaism with a new style and with a new interpretation. We started to do theaters and we formed bands.
You see the different coffee shops and different Jewish venues that have opened up serving Jewish food and playing Jewish music. It's quite a unique time to live in Budapest as a Jew, I think.
Jews have lived in Hungary since the Roman Empire. They endured, despite persecutions and expulsions by the Church in the Middle Ages. Under the Ottoman rule, Jewish life was much improved. But when the Habsburgs captured Hungary in the late 17th century, anti-Semitism intensified. It took almost 200 years during the emancipation until Jews were allowed into mainstream commerce and professions, where many flourished.
In the mid-19th century, when the synagogue was built, the Jewish community had grown here tremendously.
The Great Synagogue on Dahomey Street is the centerpiece of the 7th District and an architectural landmark in the city. The largest synagogue in Europe, it was built in the golden era of Hungarian Jewry.
The Jewish community, they just wanted to build something outstanding, as they wanted to become part of the Hungarian society.
Hungary's Jews are largely unaffiliated, and some would say understandably so.
There were generations basically staying more and more silent because the grandparents decided that they don't want to talk about the traumas that they went through, and then the parents already didn't know much, and then already the children don't even know that they're Jewish.
A visit to the Budapest Holocaust Museum tells the tragic story. Over 550,000 Jews, 2/3 of the population, were killed in the Holocaust. Remnants of the Holocaust are visible throughout the city, along the Danube, where Jews were shot and thrown into the river. There are tributes to Raoul Wallenberg, who saved thousands of Jews from the death camps.
The trauma of the Holocaust and the communism basically needs us to start from scratch, to gap decades without Jewish education, without giving on the heritage. It's very, very difficult.
Helping to bridge that gap is the Joint Distribution Committee, which has operated in Hungary for decades, supporting the community through social work and Jewish institutions. Now, it is behind the outreach effort, Judaism Without Walls.
I think that the JCC Without Walls is something that allows people to make the first step towards coming in.
Nowhere is that effort more evident than Judafest, an outdoor festival of Jewish culture, food, and learning in the 7th District, held every summer and which attracts thousands of people.
Budapest is the biggest thing in Hungarian Jewish cultural life, and the biggest one which is free of entrance.
For many participants, it may be their first exposure to Judaism.
Budapest is trying to be different for the other festivals. It's not just a market, it's just a street festival when you walk and you listen to music. We're trying to add a little knowledge for the people who are coming. It brings around the multitude of different aspects of culture, tradition, religion, whatever you want. You name it, it's here.
It's an essential part of the experience that I can meet some other Jewish people here. I can meet friends here.
Budapest is an entry point for various facets of Jewish life.
Many families have problem to say the word Jewish or how to tell their children they are Jewish.
Budapest is for all ages.
There's also things for grown-ups, things for kids, the kibbutz for kids, I really like the idea.
It also attracts many non-Jews.
I can demonstrate that I am here as a non-Jewish. I believe that Hungary is complete with Jewish people and Jewish culture. I love this culture, really.
It's not hiding anything. You can see all around the signs and the names. So we are saying out loud that we are Jewish, we're here, we are open for everybody.
Budapest is only one of many cultural Jewish programs supported by JDC, bringing Jewish life and heritage to a hesitant community.
So we're trying to reach to all the layers of the Jewish community. At the Balint House, we have programs for Jewish families with young kids, different sports courses, a series of lectures, the Gustra program, which is a cooking program.
I think that this is the best way to get together. A team activity, you get to meet new people. I love to cook. I'm Jewish, and if you want to bring these two together, then you can come and cook with other Jewish friends.
There is also Marome, a self-run center of young people living and learning together about Judaism.
Everything what we are doing with Marome, it's basically tailored for those people that they are trying to, seek in their identity, which is meant to be Jewish. Most of them wouldn't go to any Jewish institution since they would feel that it's like something that they not really understand. In the other hand, they need some kind of connection to the Jewish identity, to the Jewish community.
The challenges facing Hungarian Jewish life are not only internal. Lately, there has been a sharp increase of extremism and anti-Semitism throughout the country. Most Jews in Hungary are determined to fight against the bigots, notwithstanding the dark history.
As a Hungarian, I'm the same equal part of the society as you are.
There are some people who are discouraged from coming, and there are a lot of people who feel much more the need to come.
The challenge of rebuilding Hungary's Jewish community is great and will take time, and alternative approaches are making headway.
We want them to be able to recognize there are different ways to be a Jew today, and there's not one certain way.
Really to excite the young people that it's actually worth to belong to the Jewish culture and to the Jewish people, that we are one big Jewish family.